Module Overview. In cinema, lighting and color are not mere tools of visibility or aesthetics. They are vital instruments of emotional, thematic, and psychological storytelling. When employed deliberately, they speak a language as rich and subtle as dialogue or music. This module explores lighting and color as fundamental elements of film composition and shot design, revealing how they shape viewer perception, signal tone, and enhance narrative cohesion. We begin with an exploration of lighting techniques, from the three-point lighting system to expressionist chiaroscuro. We delve into concepts such as key light, fill light, backlight, and practical light, understanding their impact on mood, depth, realism, and symbolism. We also analyze how lighting interacts with camera angles and shot types to sculpt meaning, whether isolating a character in harsh shadows or bathing a scene in high-key radiance. The second part of this module focuses on cinematic color theory. We examine how hue, saturation, and temperature function as psychological and symbolic codes. Using frameworks such as the color wheel, complementary color schemes, and monochromatic palettes, we trace the evolution of color in storytelling from technicolor melodramas to the desaturated palettes of modern thrillers. The module also emphasizes cultural interpretations of color, exploring how global filmmakers deploy chromatic language in ways influenced by history, tradition, and identity. Ultimately, lighting and color help encode subtext, guide audience focus, and construct cinematic worlds that resonate on visual, emotional, and philosophical levels. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will identify and describe various lighting techniques and their cinematic effects. Analyze how lighting contributes to tone, mood, depth, and theme. Understand the psychological and symbolic meanings of color in film. Evaluate how filmmakers use color grading and lighting contrast for storytelling. Deconstruct scenes by interpreting the interplay of color, light, shadow, and composition. Core Content Areas 5.1. The language of light in cinematic composition lighting is more than illumination. It's visual storytelling. It reveals, hides, flatters, distorts, isolates, and connects. Understanding lighting types allows filmmakers to direct the viewer's gaze, define time, space, and emotional tone, sculpt characters and settings in relation to theme. Common lighting setups include A. Three-point lighting system. Key light, the main source, sets the primary exposure. Fill light softens shadows, prevents harsh contrast. Backlight, rim light, separates subject from background, adds depth. B. High key lighting. Bright, soft, even illumination with minimal shadows. Often used in comedies, musicals, commercials, or feel-good genres, conveys positivity, clarity, and openness. EC. Low-key lighting. Dominated by shadow, contrast, and strong directional lighting. Popular in film noir, horror, thrillers, and psychological dramas, suggests mystery, tension, or inner turmoil. Chiaroscuro. Dramatic interplay of light and dark, derived from Renaissance painting, used to emphasize moral conflict, inner fragmentation, or duality. Famous in the works of Orson Welles and German expressionism. Practical lighting. Light sources visible within the frame. Lamps, candles, neon signs. Blends naturalism with stylization. Used heavily in indie and realist cinema. F. Natural and motivated lighting. Emulates real-life sources, sunlight, moonlight. Enhances believability and spatial logic. Key in documentary, neorealism, or Dogme 95 films. 5.2. Lighting and spatial composition lighting interacts with shot types and angles to create depth through highlights and shadows, emphasize geometry and perspective, reinforce psychological states, claustrophobia, awe, suspicion. Examples. A low-angle shot with backlight creates a silhouette of authority. A wide shot with diffused natural light evokes introspection and detachment. 5.3 Color theory in cinematic storytelling. Color evokes emotion, symbolism, and atmosphere. Directors, cinematographers, and colorists use palettes intentionally to convey time periods, settings, and transitions, elicit subconscious emotional responses, align color design with character arcs or narrative shifts. Key color theory concepts: hue, basic color, red, blue, green, etc. Saturation, intensity or purity of color. Color temperature, warm, reds, yellows, versus cool, blues, greens. Color schemes, monochromatic, one hue in various tones, e.g. Her by Spike Jonze. Analogous, adjacent hues for harmony, e.g. Moonlight. Complementary, opposing hues for tension and contrast, e.g. red-green in Vertigo. Triadic, three equidistant hues often surreal or theatrical, e.g. Amélie. 5.4 Symbolic use of color. Red, passion, danger, violence, or desire. Schindler's List, The Handmaiden. Blue, sadness, isolation, peace. Blue is the warmest color. Green, nature, envy, rebirth, toxicity. The Matrix, Parasite. Yellow, joy, madness, decay. Kill Bill, The Florida Project. Black-white, duality, memory, moral contrast. Roma, The Lighthouse. Cultural notes. In Western traditions, white often symbolizes purity. In some Eastern contexts, it may signify mourning or death. 5.5 Color grading and post-production. Modern filmmaking uses digital color grading to enhance or alter emotional tone. Desaturation, used in dystopian films, flashbacks, or melancholic themes. Color wash, applying a single dominant tint across a scene. Selective color, isolating one hue for symbolic focus. Sin City, Pleasantville. Case study, analyses. In the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai. Rich reds and golds emphasize longing and confinement. The Godfather, Coppola. Low-key lighting and muted browns reflect power and tradition. Drive, Nicholas Winding Refn. Neon lighting and saturated hues create a dreamlike neo-noir aesthetic. Moonlight, Barry Jenkins. Use of color temperature shifts to mirror identity and emotional evolution. Practical exercises. Lighting breakdown. Analyze a film scene and identify its lighting setup. Color charting. Track the palette changes across a film and link them to character development. Relighting exercise. Recreate a familiar scene with a different lighting style to explore tonal shifts. Key terms: 3-point lighting, high key, low key lighting, chiaroscuro, practical light color, grading, monochromatic and complementary color schemes, desaturation, color temperature, symbolic color.